Hello, wild dreamers. My name is Kori Burkholder, founder of Paint Your Wildest Dreams. And today I want to introduce Nina, who has been a year-long participant in the Paint Your Wildest Dreams program. And we wanted to connect today to talk about her experience and what she's learned about herself and what she's achieved so far in this process. So, Nina, I want to turn it over to you. Tell us a little bit about yourself, maybe where you're living and anything else that you want to share about yourself.
Sure. So I am currently living in San Antonio, Texas. Um, what else do I want to share about myself? Well, I met you, Corey, about 2 years ago when I was living in New York and I was pursuing musical theater there. And I met you because I was thinking about changing careers and possibly leaving New York. And so I worked with you to try to figure out what my next career move would be. And then the pandemic hit and I moved back home. Um, and I've just been hanging here, taking moves into my new career.
Yeah, so we'll dive into that because it's really a great story, and you're still kind of in it, which is
Very
exciting.
much.
Yeah. So before you joined, Paint Your Wildest Dreams, what were you wanting, or what were you longing for, or desiring to bring into your life, or maybe even struggling with when you decided to
Yeah.
join?
So I had just moved back home when you had started Paint Your Wildest Dreams, and I was really just looking for community and a way to express myself and finding a craft that I enjoyed because it was just off the heels of moving from New York, deciding to leave musical theater as a career, and kind of just figuring out like, okay, well, I don't really know what well, I'm not doing anything right now, so I might as well join this and just see what happens.
Mm, yeah. So yeah, you were at a crossroads. You moved from New York to Texas, and kind of really diving into your passions, right? And exploration,
Yeah,
which is really great. And you were so
yeah,
dedicated
just
too.
figuring.
What's that?
Hmm. Oh yeah, just figuring out like what else I enjoyed doing because I went from being so busy to just nothing.
Mm,
That kind of like how to fill my days. What do I like doing? And I was like, well, I haven't painted since I was like a kid. Uh, why not? Like this sounds like this could be something that's really fun.
yeah. So, Paint Your Wildest Dreams is all about focusing in on something that you really want to bring into a reality. And so, us being busy professional women, we've got a gazillion things going on. We're being stretched here and there. And sometimes our dreams are put onto the back burner. So, Paint Your Wildest Dreams is all about putting your dream into the spotlight and giving it structure and accountability and creativity and adding fun to achieving your goals. So, for you, what was it that you set up as your dream when we started about 6 months ago?
Yeah, so my dream was to apply to grad school for early childhood education uh, so I could start teaching young children. And so that was kind of what I had been really working on of like figuring out, okay, what grad schools to apply to, where do I want to live, what programs specifically, all of those kinds of things, and then figuring out, okay, how do I apply, what does the application process look like, all of that stuff. So it was really nice to have a group that could hold me accountable and that I could express myself through art, to try to figure out what those steps are and to have a moment just for myself every week being like, okay, today is the day where I do get to focus on this thing because I've been focusing on it this entire time, but I get to focus on it through craft and through a language that I naturally speak. That then I was able to make more revelations to kind of zone in and get clearer on exactly the path I wanted to take.
Mm. And could you tell us a little bit about how you achieved that through the process that you were taken through every week?
Mhm. Yeah, so all of the prompts that were given through each each course or each evening once a
Theme,
week.
we
Yeah,
always had a theme that we work with, right?
yeah, so having each theme and like really being able to like clarify that through creativity and kind of figuring out, and also just like talking with other all the other participants and like hearing their own journey on like the days that I really was feeling really overwhelmed
Mm.
and really like I don't know how to feel about all of this, to be able to then listen to other people and their journey through getting what they want and what they desire was really inspiring to then ask myself, or even just to look at these other women specifically and being like, wow, this must be what I look like while doing this. And like all of these women look amazing and fantastic, and I'm so proud of them and I'm so inspired by them that then I was able to be like, oh, well, I'm so proud of myself and I'm so inspired by myself. And then through each specific theme, really like just giving myself the time and space, to dream big. So, like, some of the prompts were all about really dreaming big, and then other prompts were like about fear or like what inspires you through nature, and I found through that of like, oh, nature is really important to me. And it's something, okay, well, now that I really know that nature is important to me, I know that wherever I want to live, I want some type of nature around me. Okay, that's really important to know. And that's maybe not necessarily something I would have asked myself because I was so school focused as opposed to like
Mm.
environment focused. Um, so, in those ways, it kind of broadened up.
Thank you. You just went out a little bit, so I missed that last part. Yeah, well, we got the gist of it. So, yeah, so I think you were just saying some of the prompts really helped you think outside of the box, really being able to come together every week and get inspired by the other participants and their journey and getting to create art and being able to share your art and kind of the meaning of it.
Mm-hmm.
So what was your favorite part, of the process or of, every Tuesday night meetings?
Honestly, I think my favorite part was hearing everybody's progress and like all of the steps that they were taking. Like I always found myself looking forward to that, of like, as much as I always look forward to getting to draw and be creative, I also was genuinely curious about how everybody else was doing and like how everybody else was moving along in their dream. um, and that was really exciting to me, to feel like, oh, I can't wait to hear how Kori's deck of cards are going today. Like, how exciting is that? Like, what kind of news is she gonna have? What kind of cards, and everyone else as well on in their dreams as well.
Yeah, it's a really supportive group where we all just got so close. Some decided to move, from New York to Florida. We talked to Alejandra. She was, buying her RV and going cross country. And so, yeah, like just hearing everybody's journey was really, really exciting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Anything else you want to share about, anything? So let's talk about your results. So where are you now?
Yeah, so I actually just came back from a trip from Colorado, which is one of the schools I'm looking at is in Colorado in Denver, University of Denver, or University of Colorado, Denver. And so I just came back from a visit there. And then I'm also looking at another school, UTSA, which is here in San Antonio. Um, and I got accepted into both programs. So I'm just really, getting closer and closer to committing to a school and to a path, which is really exciting.
Yeah, it's real now because, when we were working together on the career stuff, this was, the dream, right?
Yeah.
And then really honing in on everything and then getting accepted into two schools. And now just getting back from Colorado, you're still kind of weighing the options to see what's going to be that best fit for you. So I just can't wait to see what you decide, which will be soon, right?
Yeah, I mean, I will probably have an answer by July 1, I think,
Yeah,
is what I'm looking at for the deadline for myself. So it's going to be any day now.
can't wait. So what would you say to somebody who is, considering joining the program, who might be scared to invest, or someone who thinks that they don't have any art ability, or just, can't really decide? What would you tell them?
um, I would say at least try it. Like you owe it to yourself to at least try something. Even if you don't like it, then you know you don't like it, but at least you tried. And if you do like it, you have no idea what you could get out of it. And I think that was really something that I learned was because I was like, well, I've got nothing better else going on at the moment, so I might as well just try
Right.
it, at the time. And so I really fell in love with it. And like, I was definitely really nervous about the art component too, of like, even though I'm very much singing inclined, I play music, I act, I don't actually, hadn't really considered myself a drawer or an artist in that way. So I was definitely a little nervous about it, but everybody was so supportive of each other's art,
Mm,
And like, as I went through the program, I was kind of able to just let go of feeling like, oh, I have to be a professional artist to do
mm,
it. Because it's just not true. Environment to try something new, I think, is a really beautiful gift that anyone can give to themselves. And so I think even on the days when I would look at my art and I was like, wow, this is awful. Why am I doing this again? Like, I feel awful. This art is awful. I don't really want to show it to anybody. That even when I did show it, everybody was so supportive of like, wow, this is so cool, because it really wasn't about what the art looked like in the end. It was about how you felt while doing the art. It was the journey of what the art showed you. So even if it showed you that you're not an artist and that maybe you don't want to do this for a living, it usually showed me a bunch of other really cool things, or at least an emotion that I had been pushing down, that was like, oh yeah, this artwork looks really angry today. No wonder that didn't feel good. But wow, I actually released a lot of anger while painting, and I kind of
mm.
feel a little bit better in a really weird way. And then I'll probably just throw this painting away, you know?
Yeah, we
And
have that saying from Aviva Gold's, paint it like you're going to burn it, right? So not putting any pressure on yourself for the final outcome. Like you said, it's more about the journey,
yeah,
right? And then getting some answers from your art, and really, you know, what are some of the aha moments that come through, reflecting on the process and the artwork itself.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
thank
it
you.
really,
Thank you so much for that. So if Nina's story is resonating with you, you're hearing yourself, you're seeing yourself within Nina's story, I'm going to invite you to schedule a 15-minute brainstorming call with me so we can assess what your situation is and what you're longing for, what you're dreaming about. And we can start to take those steps towards turning your dream into a reality through Paint Your Wildest Dreams. And I will pop a link below where you can schedule that call, where you'll answer a few questions, and then you'll be directed to my online calendar. So, my name is Kori Burkholder, founder of Paint Your Wildest Dreams, reminding you to dream big and start turning those big dreams into a reality because the world needs it.